And this session explores how AIOps, that's artificial intelligence for IT operations, is really revolutionizing telco agility by enabling real-time operational intelligence. This discussion will highlight how AIOps enhances decision-making, reduces operational complexity, and accelerates service delivery. Joining us is Alexis Koalla. He's Director of Operations Strategy and Transformation, that at Orange. And next to him is Arun Nair. He's Vice President, Product Management, that at Rakuten Symphony. And gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Neja.
Thanks for being here. Of course, kicking off DTW 25 Ignite here in Copenhagen. First off, before we get into it, Arun, what are your thoughts about the show?
Quite excited. First time at DTW for me, honestly. So we're excited to see a lot of catalysts and all of that, right? And Rakuten Symphony is promoting some of these, new solutions that we have, and so excited.
Alexis?
Likewise, excited to be there and also to see all the catalysts and where Orange is involved and all the exposure and so on.
Yeah. So Alexis, I'm going to start with you if you don't mind. I talked about in the aforementioned introduction about AIOps really transforming these traditional network operations in telecom. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, thank you, Nejad. So AIOps is, I may say, the new method or the way to go. And at Orange, we have two sides of where AI is playing a key role. Network performance side, early detection, fixing, recovery, self-healing, and learning from the past so that we can accelerate and fix outage before they come worse. On the business side, customer side, is leveraging the data, learning from the data, to build tailored and customized products for our customers so that we can delight them.
Arun, talking about AIOps and maybe some of the use cases that are returning a real ROI or a measurable ROI for that matter.
I think, what I see is at Rakuten Symphony, for example, when we have been, pioneering, building these cloud native networks from ground up, right? So in that, we have been doing a lot of stuff that actually is towards this AI operations and how you can build AIOps, of the future, right? So some of the measurable AI use cases that I can see, right, where you can see some ROI coming is from automated incident management, right, where you can actually see, predict those incidents in advance, and you can actually bring down your, MTT, how you actually use AI to actually find the RCAs, right? You find the RCAs and how you can automate remediations, right? So that's one interesting use case that we do. We see a lot of ROI coming out from, right? And there are use cases around optimization, right? So optimization, for example, how you can use AI to actually drive optimization around, how you change the electrical tilts in the network, understanding the traffic pattern, the congestions and all of that, right? An interesting use case that we did in Rakuten Mobile, probably, So we see the use of AI in tilt optimizations has actually given us almost 25% efficiency, spectrum efficiency, right? Almost 90% improvement in the handover success rate as well. So I think, so those are all some of the benefits that we are kicking in, right? AIOps is no longer a future ambition, probably. Yeah, it's something that is required today, and then today's networks are too complex, and we need such initiatives out there.
If I may add some additional thought, it's also about maintenance. With AI, we can gradually build maintenance or run maintenance, or network maintenance, configuration, self-configuration, auto-discovery with proactive way to do it. So in maintenance, at operations, what we see is a predictive one, is a classical, more traditional, preventive, to take learning from the past, predictive, and then prescriptive. Prescriptive means agentic, working to anticipate what could be happen if we don't do anything before. And also, one of the use cases of AI is enabling more observability. So for incident management, by categorizing the different events in the networks: positive event, neutral event, negative, and positive one. And if we are able to filter and focus on unknown and negative one, we are improving our operation efficiency and the way to anticipate and to handle the network issues.
Absolutely. I think you pointed to the right thing, right? The predictive maintenance is a big use case, right? You actually, if you're able to prepare for your faults in advance, right? The equipment's gonna go faulty, right? Based on the historical pattern, how equipments are gone faulty, right? So that becomes a big value, right? You can reduce your MTTRs, you can actually prevent, not even reach there, right? You don't even reach the MTTR situation, right? So you predict and you do preventive maintenance to actually get over them, right? And as I think observability, I think you made got the best point, right? I think observability is key, right? Today, the networks are so complex.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
5G, edge, I don't know what, or like desegregated infrastructure. It's so complex today, right? Manually operating things, getting these networks operated manually is not possible, right? That's where observability with all these metrics, logs,
Metrics,
events,
exactly.
traces,
Yeah.
like that plays a key role in getting this data. And AI plays a big role because you cannot do this analysis manually. No
Manually,
way,
definitely no. No way. No way.
Arun, I'm going to stay with you in integrating AI ops into these legacy systems. You touched on some of the operational challenges. Certainly, there's some cultural challenges as well. What are some of those?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the biggest challenges, I think, I see AIOps is the challenge is not about technology. The challenge is more about mindsets,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Mindset is a
Yeah.
big challenge. Like people, I think our ops team, right, the network operations team, they are still used to trusting what they can see.
Yeah.
Right, but with AI, what are you saying? AI, I'm asking them to actually trust the probabilities and patterns
Yeah,
and all of
exactly.
that, right? It's not easy,
Yeah.
right? So I think probably convincing them to use this, right? Trust the pattern, right? Okay, it's saying it's gonna fail. Trust it. It's
That's
gonna
it.
fail, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big challenge, right? And also, what I see, one more challenge, I think, and then probably I'll give it to you, right? I think
Yeah.
what I see is on the data, right?
Data,
How
yeah.
your data is located, right? It's all silos, disparate systems, and how that can, that needs to be brought together. Legacy systems, most brownfield operators, they are like
Yeah.
tons of systems that are 20, 25 years old, right? They're not designed to work, they're not ready for AI. They're not ready for AI, right?
Yeah.
So getting that all together, that's another challenge. Not cultural, but I think technological challenge, right?
Alexis, are there cultural challenges that you can add?
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with Arun. It's more a cultural shift rather than just running after technology or implementing it to technology. Thinking about becoming a AI centric at all stage in the organization, in the process, in operations, in the build phase, so that we can embed or implement AI capability where it makes sense, relevant, and to create business, rather than trying to implement AI everywhere or speak about AI everywhere, because you're gonna not achieve the real value of AI. And if I come back on the cultural mindset, it's also about trainings, skills. What skills we need in operations to really embrace AI?
Correct.
Because AI is agentic, it's very nice to hear, but when it's come to implement, to really master, what are the skills? Upskilling, reskilling, rethinking the way we are working, the way we are transforming our processes deeply, and also the way we are working, agility, DevSecOps, small teams, product-oriented. It's also about being or becoming AI-fueled or AI-centric.
I think on this point, probably I like to add, right? I guess, continuing on what I said about the cultural problem of mindset, right? So probably approach could be, of crawl, walk and run approach, right? Where you start with a small but a highly effective use case, right? Get into the operations team, get those highly use case implemented, and then show them the value that comes out of it, right? And from there, start going bigger, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, breaking this mindset is not easy.
Yeah, and if I may add, maybe, and then I will leave the floor to you. It's about determining also what I say the Pareto law, the 20% of use cases between legacy and new innovation, like 5G, slicing, and so on, that will create 80% of the value. Means that if you are able to determine the 20%, the cherry on the key, this is the tipping point where you can start building the bridge between the legacy and the new network, I may say 5G and 6G in few years, to use the right data. So the right data from the right source at the right time for the right business. This is the challenge. Whether it is legacy or new infrastructure, you need to determine where to put AI and leverage AI.
Absolutely.
Arun, I'm going to go back to you. As far as really measuring, maybe with KPIs or particular metrics for the success of AIOps and these legacy systems, are there any metrics or KPIs that you can talk about already?
I see. If I start with traditional NOC, right? Traditional NOC is used to those traditional KPIs, which are like availability, throughput,
MTTR,
latency, and MTTR,
MTTR.
Like I think with AIOps kicking in, right? Okay, while the traditional ones remain there, right? Because they are still the bread and butter, right? what comes into picture is the new MTTR, which is mean time to resolve, right? And then mean time to detect, because now with AI coming in, right, you are the accuracy of the AI, right? How quick is able to detect and predict those events to happen, right? A simple example could be how fast you're able to predict how the accuracy of events getting predicted or incidents getting predicted versus and then acted upon proactively versus getting acted upon reactively, right? So how many incidents are going into reactive mode, right? So that could be a measurable KPI for seeing how good your AIOps is, right? How accurate it is, right? And probably few other KPIs could be around MTTR resolved, how good you're able to resolve it and then avoid the incidents to happen, right? And what else I can imagine? Probably,
no, I think definitely the accuracy of your AI tools, MLOps or AIOps is the new KPI you need to master or to monitor, because traditional KPI as MTTR, MTTVF, MTTD,
a lot of those MTs, right?
MTT
X
are good, but with AI, really, it's the accuracy of the decision and the insight you can get from the tools and your machine learning.
Arun, I want to ask you sort of a futurist question, and certainly Alexis, jump in here. If we were sitting here this time next year talking about the integration of AIOps into these legacy telco infrastructures, what do you think that topic should be about?
Possibly next year with respect to legacy infrastructure, legacy tools. I guess the topic, I think, honestly, I think today people are already started asking questions about this, right? On AIOps, right? It's not about, everyone is now looks at because I said the network has become so complex. People don't want to understand what happened, right? It's gone, right? People want to move away from that, get into what's going to happen, right? And what is happening now. All of these questions are coming in, right? And these questions can only be answered by AIOps. And so it's not about tomorrow, but I see that happening now itself, right? And probably next year, I don't know, these questions have to be at next level, right? Not just, we won't be conversing.
Do you think it's moving that quickly?
Yeah, it's moving because of the complexity of the network that is there, right? It can't be done, manually impossible. You cannot manage the networks, with more and more use cases coming into the market, edge becoming so, growing so fast, right? Edge computing and all that's going so fast, right? It's impossible to do that. So I don't think it's a question of next year. It's now.
And just for the audience, when you say complexity of the network, you're talking about the sort of the convergence of 5G, edge, disaggregated network.
Exactly.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Futurist question. This time next year, what should we, or what are we not talking about enough?
Cloud ops, definitely, because we are focusing more on AIOps, AI, but cloud ops is the new, I may say, the new challenge, because with cloud, you will be able to leverage for 5G slicing and creating new use cases with 5G. Cloud is, I may say, the new way to go for operations, because you need to work. At Orange, you need to work with internal cloud environment for sensitive data to feed the regulator needs locally in each country, which is different, and also to leverage the capability of your operations with public cloud services provider, so that you can scale and use it and accelerate. So I think cloud apps is one of, it's not new cloud, but leveraging cloud apps with AI, agentic. If you take these three things, I think it's a good mix for next year. And I hope we'll not just be talking about agentic, we'll be also talking about agentic based on cloud environment and of course cloud apps.
Yeah, I think agentic, is the way to go, right? I think, the era of agents, that's what's coming, right? I believe there's a thin line between cloud ops and AI ops today, right? I think when you're moving to AI ops, right, you need to be on the cloud. You need to
be on cloud.
Right? I don't see I see the thin line also going up, disappearing away. Probably next year, you might be calling it, I don't know, cloud AI ops, I don't know, whatever you want to call. But then I think from that perspective, I guess, we're in the right direction. Right, and I see a future. That's totally AI driven, and I see a future which is totally agent driven. Right, agents are the key to what we see today. Including agents that even if you look around, right, you go around, you see a lot of stuff around agents. Including the catalyst that you see.
Catalyst,
around, right?
Exactly.
A lot of catalysts. I just walked around for an hour probably. I see a lot of stuff around agents. I think that's where the conversation is going. Right, how agents can interlock and intertwine with each other, and work together and get things done. So the human intervention gets out.
Yeah. And with CloudOps, just to add some few, it's also about platformization. How do you build platform so that we can hide the complexity to your customers so that they can leverage service on top of that? So cloud native, platforming, CloudOps, agentics. So I think next year, I hope we'll be stepping in, or we'll have some good insight from all the
probably
companies.
a level 2 conversation.
Yeah, level 2 conversation for next year. I don't know.
Yeah, I think next year is the next iteration of operational intelligence.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Arun, it's moving so quickly. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
there's no
moving
way
so
to
quickly.
determine
Yeah.
what that topic will be, which is exciting, by the
Yeah.
way. So if you could determine it, it would be far less exciting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Arun with Rakuten Symphony, we appreciate your time and being here and your insight as well.
It's my pleasure to be
Yeah.
here.
And Alexis, this is our second time. I
Yeah.
guess we'll do this hopefully every year if
Yeah,
you give
always,
us your time.
always my pleasure. And thank you
appreciate
for
it.
inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see you
thank
this
you.
time next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.